I cannot believe what I just witnessed. I'm not sure if I can even call what I just witnessed a movie because this was really something. Now, there's a 0% Rotten Tomatoes score on the new War of the Worlds film released by Amazon. Did you know Amazon is involved? Because let me tell you, this movie won't let you forget it. And oh my God. So apparently this was filmed during the pandemic and it's taken 5 years to release. And I don't know why it took 5 years. I mean, this might be not only one of the worst movies, which, look, I'm not going to be a complete Debbie Downer about this thing, which I think a lot of people are. I'm going to try to find some redeemable things. But this is most certainly the laziest movie I've ever seen. And I don't know what's more unforgivable, a movie being bad or a movie just being outright lazy. Why is this movie so lazy? Well, first of all, our main character doesn't leave his chair for most of the movie. Most of the film is Ice Cube on the computer and us, like a screen recording of his computer, watching the news, FaceTiming people like Ava Longoria or his children. And it got me thinking, first of all, the way people have rejected this movie pretty universally, I mean, a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes is unheard of, makes me feel a sense of gratitude and hope for humanity. Because I think very easily people could have accepted this kind of filmmaking, and universally we've said, no, we are not going to accept this sort of second-rate, everything's behind a screen filmmaking that they're trying to present here, because people see through that kind of stuff. We see through laziness. And look, I am all for storytelling in unique ways. Now, on the other hand, I love the movie Host. I thought it was a brilliant concept to do an entire film over Zoom. That movie does not come off as lazy. It comes off as conceptual and smart. This film literally takes stock footage of wars and battles and soldiers, blurs out their faces because they're real people, and makes us want to lie to us and say, oh, we're just doing some footage of a war going on with War of the Worlds with the aliens. It's all just stock footage of alien tripods walking around like the White House. And I'm like, nobody's buying this. And there's no stakes. There's never a moment where you feel invested or tense because of all of this. And it all comes down to the fact that, again, it's just laziness. They've shot maybe 20 to 30 real minutes of footage of actors acting, and most of them are sitting in a chair doing nothing. And look, I'm sitting in a chair. I get it. You know, I get that we are in a society that is behind a screen, and this is the new normal for people, you know, doing communication and media. It's evolving, but movies are different. Movies are really different, and there's a reason we invest an hour and a half in a film, and we invest our money in a movie, and we get up out of a chair and go to another chair in the cinema to watch a movie still. It's because we expect a level of commitment and a level of effort behind a film that other things just don't have and don't need to have. And I'm like I said, I'm really glad that we are rejecting this sort of concept pretty universally, and I hope that it's a wake-up call to whoever made this movie, particularly Amazon, that they can't just slap together a product like this and expect us to enjoy it. Now, the part about it being a big old Amazon commercial is also what is really disturbing about this movie. First of all, one of the main characters is a driver for Amazon. And I won't give all the spoilers, but who cares? Like, no one really cares. But I'll just say that the major resolution for the film comes from them ordering something on Amazon.com and it arriving with lightning fast delivery service provided to you by Amazon, that it's so cringeworthy and so apparent. I've never quite seen anything like it. Not even the product placement in like Adam Sandler's films or some of these comedies can even compare. And I think that is really upset. Also, because of the fact that we're aware that Amazon is releasing this movie, there's such a shadiness to that. It's like, look, we already sit through commercials of Amazon's before watching the film. When we turn it on Prime, we have to sit through commercials. And then we get this, and I'm just like, no, you're not pulling the wool over our eyes by calling this War of the Worlds. I mean, they should be ashamed of even attaching the title War of the Worlds to whatever the F this is. I can't say the F word on here because of demonetization, but y'all know I love to swear. Anyway, I just think that there's really very little connection to War of the Worlds other than they stole the tripod machines that come down to Earth. I mean, it's basically, that's it. It's the loosest. It'd be like if I just sat here and was like, you know what, I'm going to make Lord of the Rings in the modern day, and I'm sitting here in my chair and I'm like, Frodo, and I get on FaceTime with some dude in a fake beard. And I'm like, did you get the ring there to the volcano yet? Nope. Well, keep trying. And then I see a news clip of stock footage with digital orc faces. I mean, it's that level of just, we're not even trying here. Considering the fact that Spielberg made one of the most, at the time, expensive movies ever made with his version of War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. And you look at that and you go, my God, the effort that went into that movie. I mean, they had to get up out of a chair. Tom Cruise had to run. And we know he's good at running in movies. He had to do so much. And at the time, I didn't appreciate that film. And now I'm like, that was a masterpiece. Compared to this, I mean, that was real movie making. And I think that this is going to be a lesson that we want movies where people do things. And we're not going to accept this digital world. I mean, cinema is a group of people, there's the masses, but the people who appreciate cinema, who review cinema, who are on social media talking about cinema, we have a collective mindset and appreciation for the art form, and very quickly will reject something like this. And when the masses hear it from, these sources, they're going to also reject it. And I'm glad. Do I recommend watching this movie? I think for what it's doing socially, I wanted to see it, and I wanted to talk about this movie because it's important for me to see this and see why exactly people are hating it so much, and what is basically unacceptable as cinema. As a real movie to actually like sit down and watch with your family on movie night, or if you're watching a movie on movie night, pick something else. Truly, pick anything else at this point. But if you really want a historically significant film of the laziest movie of all time, check it out.